Hey, you know what? This is the freest goddamn country, and it's so free that if you don't stand up, you aren't a free person. And goddamn it, boy, if you don't stand up right now, you ain't free. Because you have the freedom to do whatever you want. But I'm telling you, I have the freedom to make you feel bad for doing the freedom. Just get up and say you love it. Just get up right now, Copernic. God damn it. It's so free that you can't do it. You have to. It's free because there's only one way to be. That's why it's free. So be that. Damn you. They don't have anything to live. I mean, their kids hate them. They don't have, all their money got stolen by banksters and shit. Healthcare's running through the fucking roof.
Before we commence expelling this ghost from this location, before we save Jake from the lock, I will light the ceremonial herb that will give us the sight, that will give us the power we need to set Jake free. My Twitter's not working out here. Let's see if you can get a ghost. Go ahead and try. I summon the ghost into ghostly ghostness. Come the fuck out if you're a real ghost. Now. Demand it. This is how we fucking hunt ghosts. And as we've pointed out, and as we've said, there are no ghosts. So this is where the ghost lives, from what we know. And he's not home. Let me see, let me try this. Jake, you may overtake my body. I accept you into my heart and soul. Please, if you are here, take control of me. Use me as a vessel. Gross. Nothing. Yeah, no ghost. So I guess the lesson of Beaver Creek is there's no such thing as ghosts. There's no God, and the Bible is a lie. Off to Helltown to find out what the government's up to in the middle of fucking nowhere, Ohio. Hell yeah. Bumping out here. Can I get some of this safety herb in my lungs, please? And thank you, are welcome here. Jake, you can't have any because they drug test. Yeah, if you go to work, man, you're going to get drug tested. Jake, you son of a bitch! You get out here! Hey, Jake! Ain't coming. He ain't coming because he's afraid of me, Brian Quinry from Street Fight Radio. Brett, would you like a shot at Jake?
Yeah.
I just fell in a hole. That was Jake. That was all Jake. I think we found the ghost. Jake won't let you see your mentions. He's like, don't look at your phone while you're at work, motherfucker.
I mean, I tell you what, even the jobs that paid me nothing, like when I was first learning them, it was like, all right, I can do this. You just need somebody to get the plates and make them go from here to here. I can be the master of that. I was really into that, and I can do that. But after a while, it's like, you guys treat me like shit, and I get the plates from here to here every fucking time, and you talk down to me and shit. What's going on?
Jesus,
you're counting my lunches. Like, you're looking at what I'm eating. You're like figuring out when I'm going out to smoke. Like, all of a sudden, you're in my shit. But all you said you wanted from me was the plates to go from here to here, and I'm getting the plates from here to here.
God, that was the most accurate representation of how I feel when I get a job. At first, I'm helpless. I'm a little baby. I'm sucking off the teat of the manager to tell me what I need to do. You know, I don't want to, my wings aren't fully formed yet. And then once I learn what I'm doing, I'm like, y'all could treat me a lot better for this. I deserve a lot more for this.
Wow, this is some bullshit right here. Now that you kicked me out of the nest and I'm flying through the sky and trying to flap my wings here, I don't think you're giving me enough.
I don't like this
You
at
didn't
all.
set me up right.
You probably hear people constantly talking about this horrible thing called capitalism.
I have.
Yeah, you've heard that?
Yes.
You're like, what? How does capitalism affect me? I will tell you, it runs your entire fucking life. You You've probably heard of socialism or communism. Communism. And they say they try to control your entire life. Your whole day is taken away from you. What control do you have over your day now?
Most people have to be chained to a desk for 40 hours a week, and they're not allowed to leave.
When you wake up in the morning and you feel like shit and you have to wipe the sleep from your eyes and like look around and be like, why does this have to happen this early in the morning? That's a capitalism.
And it controls everything, like your healthcare, your education. It all comes down to making money, but some things just don't make money. Honestly, ask yourself, how afraid are you of getting an injury and how that could possibly fuck up your life?
Yeah. You're being stopped from skateboarding, breakdancing, doing anything fun, because if you get injured, you're fucked forever. You can't go to work.
And so then you have all these people that say, well, we can make a kinder capitalism, a more conscious capitalism. It isn't gonna fucking happen. We need anarchy, we need socialism, we need communism, we need anything but more capitalism.
But wait, Brett. When you go to the grocery store, you have almost unlimited choice. You can buy 100 different types of cereals.
All made from the same stuff with different graphics on the outside.
All corn. It's basically just a bunch of boxes of corn.
That's capitalism.
It actually treats about 1% of the population like humans, and the rest of us like tools for those superhumans. You don't have any money, your bank account's low? I know where the money is. Jeff Bezos has it, the Waltons have it.
And they took it from us, right?
They took it from us.
We're just getting our money back.
Yeah, your work made that money. You deserve that money. That's your money. The 1% has never decided to do the right thing. That's why we have to take power and just spread it out among the 100% of people that exist. How many times have you gone into work and then looked at your boss and said, what are they doing? You ever think about the levels at a job, Brett? Of course, the people on the very bottom. What do?
Usually clean.
Yeah, and then there is the people just above them. They're the ones that do the second hardest job at the place, right?
Deal with customers?
Yeah, that sort of thing. And then there's another level above that, and that's the manager that's in the place. Now let's think about what comes after that, right? You might have a guy named like Glenn that comes to your office every 6 months, and you have to lay out the red carpet for Glenn. Think about what the person above Glenn does. Jerry is the person above Glenn, right?
Okay.
His job is basically going to lunch, right?
Yeah, powerful meetings, shaking hands real hard.
We're gonna go up to the CEO now. The people that sit around a table and who knows what they're doing? Nobody knows what they talk about.
Playing cards.
What connection does that person have to what you do and what the customer gets? It just seems like you could really chop like 5 or 6 levels off of any job and the company would still run perfectly.
Think about your job. Now imagine your manager isn't there. How much smoother would your day run?
I mean, how many of you work a job where you don't even know who the fucking CEO is of the company? That means they're absolutely useless. They're parasites.
They're on the top, getting most of the money, sending their kids to private school, driving the fanciest cars, and they can't make a sandwich. Every new level of hierarchy is more money coming out of your paycheck. Unions are fucking great because it's not HR.
You need solidarity with the other workers. We need to use that and exercise that. You and your other workers are the most important people at that company. I mean, hell, the way I think about it, maybe you don't get a union at all and you just take the whole company away from the bosses, and that's called a co-op.
For the almighty dollar, everyone's a slave. Cause what's the point of doing shit if you ain't getting paid? Ay.
Oh my God, have you heard the news? Kids are dying of Kratom.
That's not true.
They're injecting it into their veins.
I don't think that's happening.
An ABC Action News exclusive. A mom says a popular herb killed her son.
The most recent death happened in early June. Kratom, also known as metrogenine, was one of 4 drugs blamed for his death.
This was like the devil's drug.
It really is just a green powder that makes people feel better.
Yeah, it's a leaf. It grows from the ground, you smash it up, you make a tea out of it, you throw it down the back of your throat, you eat some capsules, and You feel better, your mind's clear. And most people that use Kratom don't have access to healthcare or prescriptions or any of that regular medicine stuff. They get it from local stores or online.
Let's do an example here. You're a young person. You don't understand how all this works. So let me explain this to you. When you get hurt in your older age, let's say you're 34, you work on a roof, you fall off and you crush your fucking heel, right? It's all shattered. The doctor 10, 15 years ago was like, that's fucked up, that really hurts. You're gonna need some opioids to kill that pain. And then the DEA says, no, you can't have those anymore. These doctors have to tighten up their prescriptions. And now you don't have any, you can't afford them. What do? You can take Kratom. It has the same effects, it's less addictive, and it's more gross. So that even brings down the use. You're not gonna use it as much. Kratom kills the pain in your body. It also cures social anxiety.
The government's solution to stuff like this is always prohibition, which means putting more people in jail.
How big is your appetite for the war on drugs? I'm sure it's small. It's shrinking every single day. Don't let them continue it. Don't let them outlaw more stuff.
Good point.
Thank you. Polite
It's
about
just
it.
not the polite way to have
Yeah.
sex.
That's just there's really one way to have sex that's polite, and it's to say, ma'am, or sir, or non-binary person, would you like to enjoy some making love with me? And then if they answer yes, then you mount that person and you move back and forth politely, and then you kind of finish it up and you say, that was great, and then you never mention it again. That's the right way to have sex, okay?
And folks, and that's why we don't do any sort of sex advice or sex stuff on this show, because there's none to be given.
I am wise!
I want you to write the polite sex book, like the proper polite method.
I just said it.
Can you imagine being that sensitive? Like you.
Well, that's
like
what
that
they're
is the
PC as hell.
ultimate.
Hey, you know what? This is the freest goddamn country, and it's so free that if you don't stand up, you aren't a free person. And goddamn it, boy, if you don't stand up right now, you ain't free. Because you have the freedom to do whatever you want. But I'm telling you, I have the freedom to make you feel bad for doing the freedom. Just get up and say you love it. Just get up right now, Copernic. God damn it. It's so free that you can't do it. You have to. It's free because there's only one way to be. That's why it's free. So be that. Damn you. They don't have anything to live. I mean, their kids hate them. They don't have, all their money got stolen by banksters and shit. Healthcare's running through the fucking roof.
Before we commence expelling this ghost from this location, before we save Jake from the lock, I will light the ceremonial herb that will give us the sight, that will give us the power we need
Fighters, welcome to the show. It's Wednesday night, basement street fight. We are here talking shit back and forth for the next hour or so. You can watch what we do by heading over to Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, or YouTube. And on Sunday nights, we are taking your calls from 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time. If you're in the chat tonight, thanks for being here. I see Alf Dwella, Bug Scuttle, Dork Style, Rudolphin, Zero. Thanks for being here. I appreciate all the input and, something to do when you're just sitting around all day. Glad to have communion with all y'all that show up to chat and talk to us. We are the #1 anarcho-comedy radio show on any station across the nation. We've been doing it for 10 years now. And we're continuing to spread this mess across the U.S. And it's only because of listeners like you and the people that support what we do. You can chip in to the cause by heading over to patreon.com/streetfightradio, where you can get access to zines, bonus audio, bonus video. We just did a bar rescue video for the first time. We watched an episode of Bar Rescue, so check that out. We also are working on our D&D live stream. Yesterday we did character creation. Brian and I and Jake and his girlfriend Tasha, that's our party on this journey, and we have Katie taking care of the dungeon master duties. So thanks for being here as always. My name is Brett. My co-host is Brian. How's it going?
Nauseous again. I'm a nauseous guy lately. Sometimes I get in this thing where it's like every day I'm nauseous. Like, people used to call off work when I was growing up with vertigo. I just feel like I'm a vertigo guy now.
You think you're just...
I think I've turned into a guy with vertigo. Undiagnosed vertigo. I would just feel like I'm going to throw up all day. I spend all day feeling like I'm going to fucking throw up.
Okay.
Not all day. Parts of the day. You know, like earlier today I finished my coffee and I was like, ooh, buddy, that's coming back up. You know? I just feel kind of dizzy. I wonder if I do have untreated vertigo.
That's probably what it is.
That would be cool.
That's the linchpin of this whole thing. It was vertigo the whole time.
If I get the vertigo fixed, the panic attacks will go away.
Yep.
And that's what I'm thinking. So that's what's going on with me right now. Well,
you get vertigo just from standing on the ground, though?
I think that's what vertigo is. Like, people get like I knew people that called off work for 2 weeks with vertigo. Now, maybe they were bullshitting. You know, vertigo sounds scary. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, I don't want vertigo. You know?
Vertigo is the most common type of dizziness.
Yeah. Yeah. People used to call... I've worked with people who got, like, bouts of vertigo over, like, long periods of time where they were like, I can't come to work, you know?
That is one that puts your boss on their heels. Like, if you call in and say, I've got the flu, I got a cold or whatever, you're like, I got vertigo right now. They're like, yeah, well, you know, let us know when it's over, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. So, enjoy your day off.
I also thought that vertigo was a heights thing.
No.
But it's not. It is really just dizziness.
Yeah. I'm a dizzy guy. I've always been a dizzy guy. Even when I was a kid, it was like, fuck, maybe I got some, like, inner ear shit. Where, like, I just remember growing up, I'd be like, I'm dizzy. And my dad would be like, okay.
Stop spinning around, dumbass.
Everybody would say it. I remember telling a kindergarten teacher, hey, I'm really dizzy. You know, should I go see the nurse? And they were like, no. Just, you know, but I was in the 80s. Things were different back then, you know. They were just like, quit whining, kid, you know, fuck off, you know, is what they might as well have said. Actually, teachers are more likely to say fuck now than they were back then, I think. Yeah, I know my daughter has teachers that curse.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I would say teachers back then were more likely to tell you to fuck off without saying fuck, but now they're more likely to say fuck without telling you to fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah. My daughter has told me she has teachers that curse. They don't say the big ones, the F's or the C's or the S's, but they'll throw a damn or a piss in there. No big deal.
Fun.
Shit isn't really a cuss word anymore either, though. You know, it's on TV. They say shit on TV. Now they say fuck still.
Yeah.
They say shit on TV. I see it all the time. So today was a big day. Recording this on Wednesday, day of the inauguration.
Yep.
Our long national nightmare is over.
It's a great way to put it. It's a beautiful way to put it.
Well, here, let's put our headphones in and listen to somebody sum it up for us perfectly, I think.
Okay.
I think we could let this guy, he's going to sum it up.
Well, this is that moment when all the Trump supporters that had faith, or at least said they had faith, are drowning in their tears right now. But those who still have actual faith are relaxed, calm, chilling, because they know that there's nothing that can stop what's coming.
Okay.
Let me tell you, people.
Who's
Biden
this?
is never...
Greg
This is
Locke?
from Clapper, which is apparently a social media site that I've never heard of. This guy's name is Redneck Trumper, and he's wearing an American flag Under Armour hat.
Okay,
That's
not
all
what
I
I
can
thought.
see. Goatee, got a goatee. You can probably see him up on the screen, Brett.
Oh, I turned it off.
Oh, okay.
I got it.
If you want to look at him up on the screen, you can see
Oh,
his
wow,
big old
yeah.
face. Yeah, Redneck Trumper. So,
But he's Trump in the name, but... So is he saying that you need to have faith that this is all going to work itself out, or what?
yeah, I think so. Let's hear
That,
it.
like, Q is going to succeed, or that...
Well, let's just hear more. Maybe
Okay.
he's got more to say.
Never going to be the president.
I'm going to go back. Well, this guy needs to answer his
Yeah,
other phone, too. God damn.
Go on silent
It's
mode
probably
if your
his
life-
work. It's probably his work call. That's his work phone. Fucking.
The president of our country. Just because he just swore in does not make him officially. There are documents that have to be signed first.
Okay.
All this means right now is that there is no acting president
Oh.
because the transfer of power is in the midst and taking place right now.
He's
Now
he's
the military is in control.
he's tugging on a very short goatee right now, like as if he's pontificating some real knowledge right now.
He's literally making this up, by the way. He thinks that there are papers that have to be signed. He hasn't signed all the papers yet, you know?
Oh, you sweet summer child. You thought that Trump wasn't the president. Let me wake you up. Nobody's the president right now. Nobody's the president today.
You know, I'll play this out here.
Just sit back and watch and be patient.
Okay, I'll do
I
that.
will.
I'm being patient. I'm feeling pretty patient now. They tried to stop the steal last week, and I really thought they were going to pull it off. You know, they got pretty close to stopping the steal.
Yeah.
Today, they didn't really put up a showing.
Yep.
They just allowed the steal to happen.
It's true.
What's wrong with them? They just give up after one little setback. We've been beat up multiple times by the police.
They're no patriots, for sure.
Cowards. But yeah, I was taken aback by a lot of the QAnon stuff. The way that they really believed that was going to happen. They really believed the whole thing was going to happen. It's incredible.
You thought So you thought they were playing along just because it kept Trump in power? You didn't think they actually believed that there was going to be a trial today?
For some reason, I think of people with conspiracy theories as not feeling that strongly about them because they rarely do anything about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like chemtrails. What has anybody ever done about chemtrails other than just scream about chemtrails all the time?
Right.
You know, there's a bunch of them. There's probably a chemtrail army. I'm sure that you could put together and start lobbying Congress, put some change.org positions together, do anything.
Right.
You know? But they never do it. And I don't think I thought that they were seriously thought that this spectacle was going to happen today. This whatever they thought was going to happen.
Trump was going to take over the emergency broadcasting system. He was
with the Space Force.
With the Space Force, he was going to announce to everybody that we're in a new transition period. I don't know what the he was going to shut down all the phones and all the TVs
Right.
and all that stuff. We weren't supposed to be worried. We were supposed to get ham radios. If we were Q, right?
Yeah.
They were like, go get a ham radio because that's the only. Don't worry about it. It's not scary. Trump's just turned them off for a couple weeks. He'll turn them right back on. You know? So I think I just thought that they were sort of what this people were tying this to the Russiagate stuff, right?
Like
how
this
the
is-
libs just went nuts about this Russiagate thing. They thought Trump was gonna get arrested at any time, and you know, this is it. This is the time. They got him. He was colluding with Russia, and I push back a little bit on that because I don't really think that anyone thought Trump was going to go to jail. Because presidents don't go to jail. That's just...
Yeah, it's not
I
a
think
thing.
we all understand that presidents don't get in trouble and don't go to jail. Maybe they thought it, but they never put a hard date on it and then kept going through it. You know what I mean? They never said, on July 23rd, 2017... the police are going to come in and arrest Donald Trump and put him in a jail cell with some of the most violent... You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, there wasn't this long, drawn-out fucking story that, like... The only way I can picture what they wanted, what they thought was going to happen, is the same way I picture, like, a wrestling promo. Like,
Yeah.
they were picturing it like a TV show wrestling thing. And again, the libs thought... You know, somebody was going to give, Hillary Clinton was going to give like a West Wing type speech, and then they were going to arrest Trump and she was going to be the president. But I just don't think they went far enough into thinking Trump was really going to be gone. These people really thought this fantastical scenario that they had written that sounds like a movie was really gonna fucking happen. It just blew my mind today a little bit.
Yeah, I did see some regretful posts of people saying like, you had 4 years to close the damn swamp. I'm tired of this now. And I don't know why. I don't know why you hung on for 4 years.
Yeah,
There was nothing there.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna do anything. It was kind of it's kind of sad that like so many of these people are finding out today. I mean, you know, I don't feel bad for them. It's like whatever.
But it is interesting to know that a big portion of people were like, "Oh no." Well, I guess you either are like, "Oh no, I was fooled," or you think that it's more secrets. You know, like the storm is still coming.
Yeah,
that's all you can do is double down on it and think that eventually Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton will be in jail for pedophilia. And then other than that, you have to just like be a regular Republican again.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad for them.
Yeah. And
you can still be hateful and ugly as a Republican.
I also don't think that like it's over. I don't think that like QAnon is like over. There are going to be people who think Trump is going to be the president for 4 years. If there's one thing that Russiagate has taught me,
right,
is that there are going to be people for the next 4 years that are just like, Trump's going to be the president tomorrow. You know, in 2 weeks they have to file, you know, some paperwork. That guy saying the paperwork not filled out.
It's all sovereign citizen stuff. I've looked at the books. I know what's real. I'm not out here bullshitting you off of something I read. I've read the books.
It's a guy that bought a house and he thinks he
Yes.
he's relaying what buying the house was.
I've read through mortgage papers, okay? I pay attention to detail. So I can tell you right now, Joseph Robinette Biden is not the president.
Yeah. It's really weird. They've also been turning they've been banning people on it's very weird. I'm looking in now at some of the stuff. So in my opinion, there are 5 plausible outcomes, and here is a poll on a QAnon message board.
Somebody also mentioned Poonscurvy terrible name. Somebody mentioned that the fringe on the flags also decides what's legal and what's not.
That's true.
Something to keep in mind.
That is true. Yeah, that's sovereign citizen stuff for sure.
What do you think what do you think? Poll closes when I wake up in the morning. God bless America and pray. Now, this is an anonymous poll. 21% of the people believe that Biden would be arrested before he could be sworn in or during this swearing in. During the swearing in. That's the stuff I was like,
NWO. NWO theme plays. Kevin Nash comes out with Scott Hall, and they're like, no, this ain't gonna happen. You know, they shut the band down. Cut the music. I got something to say.
Yeah.
My name is Q Anon, and I'm gonna save this country.
6% thought Biden admits to the world on stage he cheated and cannot be POTUS.
That's a great one.
Begin to happen.
That's a really good one.
I know, they write really good. They should be TV writers.
That is a really... So much TV I've seen before. There's so many tropes. But to have the president go on and admit that he stole the election and then just let it erupt in chaos, that is fun.
I know. I think it's more fun. Write TV.
Yeah, it's more fun than what's happening. Like this boring ass shit that's been going all day long is just like, oh no, now everybody thinks we're okay again.
I mean, this is better than any Aaron Sorkin shit.
Oh yeah.
You know, 19% believe something happens that will delay the swearing-in ceremony. Riots begin to happen. That was 18% of them. Number 4, 33%. This is the 33%. Okay. Biden is sworn in as POTUS. The military and Trump have a plan coming in the near future.
Oh, no. 33%?
Yeah. That one, by the way. The next one's 21%. Nothing happens. Biden is POTUS. I just...
We're so disconnected, and you can just believe what you want, I guess. I mean, it really is. All the tools are available to believe whatever you want. And it's not actually what you want. You've just been tricked. You know, like it makes you feel like you've discovered something. Yeah. And there's the thing about it is that there are people that have been fighting for our rights all summer long. They're fighting against police brutality and government overreach and the lack of freedom in our lives that is the fault of our employers. The fact that we don't have access to health care, so we have to stay in shit jobs to just make sure that we can get discounts on health care. We're here. We're waiting to change this world, and they can't see it happening with getting along with people. They can't imagine a world where we make things different and it involves getting along with anyone.
No, it's gonna be it's like Demolition Man. It's not even like a real movie. Right. It's a movie that's so far out into the realm of possibility what they've come up to. But now they think Biden is Q. A few of them think I'm happy to be wrong, but the more I think about it, I do think it's very possible Biden will be the one who pulls the trigger. 1, Hunter intentionally left the laptop. Why? So stupid? Or was it? Sleepy, parentheses, sleeper, Joe. We didn't arrest either of them despite the evidence.
Sure.
Even Biden election officials were arrested and charged with fraud, but Biden wasn't? Biden isn't into Donald J. Trump. Well, I don't get that one, but so it looks like Biden might be. Maybe Biden's been part of QAnon the whole time, so that's
not gonna fly.
They're changing it, you know. Yeah, that's never gonna fly.
I mean, there is always the thing they have to get rid of is Trump. They have to break from Trump because that guy is not a winning horse anymore.
Well, he says he's going to start the Patriot Party. He's been floating the idea of starting something called the Patriot Party there in the last week. So we could get a new political party out of this.
Sure. The wrong kind at the worst possible time.
Yeah, and it's not going to be successful. Trump just wants money. He's just going to milk it for money, dude. Yeah. I think it is wild that, he didn't have Biden to the White House. Somebody pointed out, I was listening to Howard Stern today, he pointed out, they didn't invite the Bidens to the White House. They didn't have... Melania didn't show Joe Biden's wife around the White House, which is like a classic tradition.
Yeah.
Trump didn't show up to the inauguration, which I find to be incredible. Although, kind of wanted him there. I kind of wanted to see his facial expressions and stuff. You know?
Yeah, but the thing about these fuckers is that, you know, I mean, I'm related to them. And this is what they always do. They're miserable, fucking angry, awful people that aren't willing to give the olive branch, and everyone around them is trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, and they don't deserve it at all. They never deserved a shot. They never deserved a chance. They never deserved kindness or consideration because they're disgusting fucking people. They aren't willing to. They trampled each other. You know, they killed each other when they organized, and they're not willing to look out for anybody else but themselves. And this is what they get. Like that makes total sense that Trump is like that, because that is exactly the kind of piece of shit person that looks up to him. Someone that wants to be always in some sort of petty feud in their life or show someone who they are, you know?
Yeah. And it's funny because you think about it, and it's like they are the type that don't show up at Christmas.
or actually not that. They will stay in a room. Like, everybody will come over for Christmas, and because they're mad about a Facebook post, they'll stay upstairs in the den, you know? And then you just go and check in on them, and they have nothing to say why everybody does Christmas or Thanksgiving downstairs. That's exactly the kind of miserable fucking people these are.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You're probably right about that. But then, you know, they spend years just eating Christmas dinner on a TV tray, watching Fox News and saying, I don't need these fucking people anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
miserable. They're miserable. And you're right. Like, Trump is those people. I would like to have seen his face, though, and his body language and stuff. Like, he really took that from us. But
I mean,
also we do live in different times than ever, where like a photograph of you can be like become just a meme in like 15 minutes, and if he wasn't going to be able to sit there and smile,
right,
and be like, oh, you know, like George W. Bush did, where it was like he just sat there while he's like, I'm so proud Obama's the president, you know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. He wants to have a good time. He wants to keep the good times rolling. He gets along with anybody. Go along to get along. Trump is throwing a fucking tantrum and feels like he feels offended that there's another president that's after him.
Well, it's in a way though.
But
he is the only. He's in my lifetime, George Bush and Donald Trump are the only one-term presidents since I've been alive. Oh wait, yeah. Jimmy Carter too was while I was alive, but I'm 42.
Right, that you can remember.
I felt as though tradition was like basically gonna be for my whole life 2-term presidents. I firmly, when Trump was elected, was like, well, that's 8 years of this, you know, and it could have been if COVID didn't.
And COVID didn't happen, right?
Yeah, if COVID didn't happen, he would be the president still. That's for sure.
I still got to say though, maybe just because I'm sinister. Like, if I was in the Joe Biden position, I would have tried to get him there. I really would have tried to get him in there, and just so that he could be fucking embarrassed.
I don't know what he would. I don't think he has shame in that way, though. I just think, because I think really in the end, like, he just hates to lose so much. He's like my wife, really, a lot of times when you're playing a game or something. Like, she does not like losing, you know? We've been playing this game at my house called Splendor. I brought it up a couple weeks ago. We play it almost every night now. We just, as a family, we fucking love it.
One of the greats.
And my daughter hadn't won yet. On my birthday, Monday night, we played it. And I won the first game. Or no, I think maybe my wife won the first game. I won the second game. And then on the third game, my daughter was throwing off vibes like, I ain't fucking ever playing this again if I don't win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm tired of this losing shit.
This is bullshit. I keep losing. And she's, you know what? She's 16, dude. You can't let her win. I'm not going to let her win at 16.
Yeah, she knows what's going on.
Old enough and smart enough to develop a strategy to win a game. That's just, you know, maybe if she was 12 even, I'd be like, okay, you know, we'll let off the gas a little bit, but no, at 16 you're an adult. At this, in board game playing or any kind of game playing, at 16 you're an adult.
Yeah, you get the full force.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but she just seemed so fucking mad. And then when she won, it was like, oh, we can play Splendor again sometime. You know what I mean? Like, but she was furious about it. I think that's how Trump thinks. I think that losing is the thing that bugs him more. I don't think he even cares about being president. I think he would have given up the job if there wasn't a second election. I think if there wasn't another election in 4 years, he would have just been like, fuck it, I don't want to do it anymore.
If he got to pick the next president maybe and like knight them or something, then he would probably do that peaceably. My wife also, Dominion was the card game where she would beat me constantly. And the first time I beat her, we didn't play it for 6 months. I beat her one time and it was just like, let's play another game. It was like, you can't be like that. You can't do that. That's not what we're here for. We win some, we lose some. It's games.
We don't play Phase 10 in my house because we all get in a bad mood halfway through the game. Because for people that don't know...
Yeah, once you're behind.
Yeah, that's the thing. For people that don't know, Phase 10, you basically collect cards in 10 separate phases. And you can get left behind on a phase as people move through. So like somebody can be on phase like 8 while you're on phase like 4 and you look at that person like you want them to die.
Yeah.
It makes you so mad. It's such a baby boomer game. Because it's a game just built for misery.
The first comment says my grandma would always crush me at phase 10.
It's the perfect baby boomer game because it's designed just for everybody to be miserable, even the person that's winning.
It's tilted for runaway success, really.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, if you're gonna win, you get to just smash everybody else.
And even when you're winning, it's not fun because nobody else at the table is having fun. There's no fun time when you're playing Phase 10. That's the issue with Phase 10.
I don't fuck with it.
No.
I agree. It's the same. Each round you're supposed to collect a certain amount of cards, a set or whatever. And then when you are winning, when other people, you're like, oh no, I got the card I need to get to Phase 8. Yeah. Everybody here, their face has gone slack and they're just throwing cards down with no emotion, and they're on phase 5, and I'm about to advance.
You get the same feeling in your chest that you get when you like really need to smoke a cigarette, or like when you're really hungry the whole time you're playing the game. It feels bad to play phase 10, and that's how I think it felt for Trump. This election felt for him when I think once he figured out that, I'm gonna lose, and there's not gonna be anything I can fucking do about it. You know what I mean? I think he started to feel that they're running away from...
He actually had to process a loss.
Yeah. But the guy has lost almost everything he's ever done.
But he wins.
But he gets to be rich still.
Yeah.
He gets to spend the rest of his life.
He gets to rip people off of their paychecks and then screw them over in court.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, you're totally right about that. I guess you think he doesn't process any losses. Any of those,
no.
None of those. That casino's not a loss.
No.
The Trump stakes isn't a loss. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the way he does is he makes all his money up front and then it gets run into the ground and it's like, all right, we have to file bankruptcy. That's perfectly legal, and I still made a bunch of money, so I don't care.
The kind of tantrum he's throwing is like pretty incredible because like he's not paying Rudy Giuliani, who is a guy that fucking destroyed his reputation.
He has no boys. How do you not have boys? Girls and guys.
Oh, so you're saying like Trump doesn't have any friends?
No, he doesn't. Like Rudy, it's like if you are trying to tank things, if you're trying to be unscrupulous, if you're going to do some skullduggery, like I never considered someone a real friend until I did a felony with them. Like until I knew that we were doing jail shit together, And Rudy Giuliani and Trump are doing jail shit together, and he told on him, which is just completely bullshit. Like that's totally not the code of anybody. That's not the thieves' code at all. Like if you're just being reckless and trying to make money and take advantage of people, and someone is helping you do that, like you have to take care of them.
Yeah.
It's not admirable at all. Like he cut all of Giuliani's fees or whatever and kicked him on the curb. Not that I care about Giuliani, but at the end of this, you want to be able to at least go to Giuliani's man cave and be like, my God, that was a hell of a ride, wasn't it, buddy? You know, like that's living. I don't know. That's the important parts of life. You know, it's like getting in trouble with your friends. It's like, well, you know, our lives are fucked, but that is so funny, you know? Like, at least we can laugh about it. Or at least we can pal around about it. At least we'll remember this, you know?
Yeah.
What's the point of fucking turning on your friends? Or the people that tried to cover up for your crimes? Like, that is so... it's despicable.
But it also shows that Trump really believed that he was going to overturn the election. You know?
You're right.
Not paying Rudy Giuliani is like... I'm not paying you because you didn't fucking do your job right.
It is wild that somebody that's 70 fucking years old that knows has seen the country work knows
from the fucking inside, dude. He was the guy for 4 years.
Yeah, and to like he goes to bed at night and he's just like, it's gotta work. It's just gotta work. It's gonna work. They can't do this to me. It's gotta work. Like he never accepted defeat in his mind. He never, maybe that's how you stay ahead. I don't know. But he never really contemplated that, like, he's not going to be the president.
Yeah, he's dealing with it probably now.
Yes.
But, you know, the thing I saw earlier today that was funny to me, too, is they had to make another nuclear football because Trump took off with this and went down to fucking Florida with it because he didn't want to pass Joe Biden.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He wasn't going to be in the same place. Usually they just handed off the nuclear football to the next guy or whatever that was going to be. They usually just did that.
It's like,
but they had to make a whole new one because Trump was like, I'm fucking going to Florida before this whole thing happens. I don't want to be here.
It's like a house party where you have a friend that hangs from 8 to 11 and one that hangs from 11 to 2.
Yeah.
It's like they don't cross paths, actually. Like, once they catch wind of each other, like, it's Splitsville.
Yeah. So I think he's probably just now processing his loss at this point.
Yeah, I think,
today.
I mean, you got to eat it. It's undeniable. There's nobody... Honestly, if somebody at this point said you're going to remain the president, you would slap him in the face. Like, you'd be mad. If somebody lied to my... It's what he wants to hear, you're right. He's on the internet. We do know that he is in the right-wing sphere of the internet, and that's where he's getting all of his info. I think that's what he's buying into, is they're like, people found this, they're going to save it for me. But personal people, I mean, you got to be his, like, loser-ass son that just goes and gets yelled at for a month.
Yeah, Barron, I don't think Donald Trump Jr., DJT, or Eric, I don't think either one of them are gonna deal with it well. I think, I see Beavis and Butthead, those two guys, like, maybe they run for president with the understanding that Trump will be in their cabinet, maybe, or like Trump runs for president for the Patriot Party with Donald Trump Jr. as his vice president, even though I don't think he likes his sons.
No.
I get the impression from he's the type of guy, again, if we're really making him, we're really tying him to the type of people that support him, he definitely doesn't like his sons. His sons are dipshit losers. You know what I mean? I mean, if the stories were true of the Capitol riots, where the story was that Trump was watching it on TV and was annoyed because everybody was so low class.
Yeah.
They were low class individuals.
It's bad they had Crocs and cargo shorts on.
I mean, I don't know how he's going to live the rest. At least I know. At least I feel like I'm in his head as to what bothers him. And I know a lot of people think worse should happen to him, that he should go to prison.
Yeah.
That,
his life should be misery from here on out.
But I would argue that he's not ever going to be happy again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's Joker-fied.
I think that, like, Tom Sexton said this once, and it has always stuck with me. He said it on a Holy Boys episode back in March. He said, Trump knows what it's like to be cool.
Right.
He knows what it feels like
to be on top of the world, to be accepted by everybody, to be a celebrity, to be a star.
Rappers, actresses, they're like, oh, Donald Trump, man, you're at this party. I can't believe it. Holy shit, let me get a picture.
And we know that he cares about that.
Yeah.
Like, he wants to be cool. People that know what it's like to be cool always want to be cool for the rest of their life. That's my affliction.
Mine too.
Actually. Like, I knew what it was like to be cool a long time ago, so now I'm like, I gotta still be cool. And it's a struggle. I'm 42 years old. How the fuck are you supposed to be cool at 42, you know? Unless you're the Fonzie, who was cool when he was 42. But anyway, he'll never be cool again, you know?
Yeah, he's fucked.
He's not going to get to hang out with Jay-Z ever again. He's not going to get to hang out. Maybe Kanye West will hang with him a little bit.
Yeah,
but like
they both lost this. They both lost in 2020. So
yeah,
that'll be a good man cave hangout maybe.
But any celebrity that goes and hangs with him now, I mean, he can't even go on Howard Stern anymore. I don't think Howard Stern would have him on.
It is going to be interesting to track what he does. Everybody's going to be watching him like a hawk. I just hope that I worry with like deranged people like him, silver spoon types, that they will eventually just internally finagle themselves out of any sort of guilt or feelings of sadness. But it's obvious that he's hurt. And I think as somebody that is actually pretty insecure or knows that I'm like kind of thin-skinned, like if something happens to me that really hurts me, like I can't shake it, I would have went to that fucking inauguration and acted like it was my second honeymoon. I would have acted like I'm finally free. I would have been there jovial, like taking pictures, throwing my arms around everybody, like I'm living the best life possible. Because you look pathetic, man. If you don't show up, you look pathetic.
Yeah, I'd have been there too.
It's just like your buddies get into a fucking fight or something, or roll around on the ground, and one of them gets, dominated, and nobody fucking cares afterwards. It's just a funny thing, and they stop showing up, and it's like, I mean, you could have came back. Nobody cared.
I do this thing online sometimes where somebody, if they insult me really bad and it hurts my feelings, I'll still fave the tweet.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, I want them to be like, oh, he's rolling with the punches. But then for the whole rest of the night, I'm like, fuck that fucking guy, man. Yeah, I am ugly. Or whatever it was.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whatever they said about me, it's like, he's right. But fuck him for saying it, you know?
Yeah, it just looks too fragile. Like, that's for me. Like, if the criticisms or anything that comes through, I have to roll with it. You call me a dumbass to my face, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm the dumbest that there is, And then I'm gonna go home and be like, man, how stupid am I actually that this person said that,
He might have been able to even spin out of the uncool. I don't know though. Yeah, like
he's done. I mean, that riot fucked him up, man.
Yeah, the riot was the end of it,
He was, I mean, everybody else would have went along with this thing until that. They have to pretend, they have to like say, this is sanctimonious, that building is the most important thing ever. You fucking shit, your people shit all over the halls of it.
He's got to be mad at the people who shit and pissed in there. He's probably so mad at those people. I don't know why they had to go, hey, I didn't tell him to go down there. I don't know why they went down there. Because, in his mind, he didn't tell him to go down there.
No, he didn't at all. No, he was just trying to inspire them. He was trying to speak about the situation that was about to happen. He was just trying to be eloquent when it came to stopping the steal.
Yeah.
He never once suggested that they actually stopped the steal.
I mean, yeah, you're probably right. He's not going to spend the next year thinking about how he could have done better.
No.
He's not going to spend any time thinking about COVID. The motherfucker already got the vaccine,
I mean, honestly, he sold the treatment. Whatever the rich people treatment for fucking COVID is, I would like that.
Yeah, that's
whatever
true.
Makes you fucking do the YMCA dance with the stiff arms. I want that all day. That's what I'm trying to get to. I have to do an insane balance of THC and LSD and alcohol and all that stuff to get into fucking stiff-armed YMCA moves.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he did sell that. It just, maybe he takes credit for the vaccine, I guess.
Yeah, Operation Warp Speed. That was me.
It's not that warp speedy, though, really, when you think about it, I've been learning a little bit about the vaccines lately. Just been reading about them, And one thing I've learned
is that they were working on this vaccine for a decade plus. Like the basic concept of the vaccine had been being worked on for 15 years.
That was sitting in the back of the refrigerator. They had a COVID fucking petri dish wait in the back.
Yeah, it wasn't a COVID thing. It was the type of vaccine that it was.
Yeah, COVID comes back. It's the same. It's like a mutated strain of the same shit we've seen before.
Yeah, but I mean, so it wasn't this thing. Like all these people are like, I don't want to take it now. It's being rushed. It's like, it's been going on for decades. They have been working on this. This isn't like, this is just something that like they basically had I guess that's what now I'm gonna get all sciencey.
Yeah,
that's what this mRNA thing is, apparently.
Someone said that in the chat.
What?
Someone said mRNA technology in the chat.
Yeah, they've been working on that so that then if something happens, they could just apply it to this mRNA technology. It wasn't like a COVID-specific vaccine. It was a sort of technology that then, if anything, if a pandemic happened, they were going to be able to just like...
It was
put in whatever that is.
A place to pivot from.
Yes.
It was a foundational area to pivot from, to say, hey, we know all of this right now. Let's use that to inform our next move.
Yes. So it's not really warp speed as much as it's like just it built on this scientific stuff, and he totally botched the rollout.
Yeah.
Completely. Like doing it by the state is... I've said this before. It's got to be the dumbest idea I've ever heard of. Like when I found out that Mike DeWine is in charge of my vaccine, it's just like I'm never getting it. I'm never gonna fucking get it. Governors are... I gotta think governors are like some of the dumbest people in the world.
They're bad. They're just yes men. They're the biggest yes men in your state.
Yeah. Governors are... they just... I've never had a governor where I was like, man, I'm really glad this guy's the governor. You know? People really liked Mike DeWine earlier in the year. But I actually just read an article this week that talked about how many vaccines we're getting, which I can tell you, 100,000 a week or less, split up between 88 counties. Columbus got like 600 last week.
I mean... That's not enough.
That's not warp speed to me.
I agree.
And it makes me nuts. 600. 600. They should be... Pfizer and Moderna should be humiliated that happened. I would be humiliated about it. And Trump should be humiliated about it. Everybody should be fucking humiliated about how slow this thing's happening. You know? And it's because it's done by the state. Just listen. I don't love the army or whatever, the military. Just have them, whatever it takes. Just do that, you know?
Yeah. I'm really annoyed right now. My daughter's school is planning to go back in February. And they were like, educators are in the 1B class of vaccines. So those will be rolling out. And I'm just wondering why you would send kids back without vaccine teachers at least. Like, why are we... My daughter likes school online at this point. She fucking digs it. She knows what her daily routine is. She's allowed to take mental health breaks, whenever she wants. And I don't think that we need to do the rest of the school year when it's already been like this.
Yeah, I actually, Gwen found out that 3 kids in her school have it. I was like, well, who was it? And she was like, oh, they don't tell us. And I was like, they don't tell you? She was like, yeah, if you're in the same class with them and you sit near them, they'll tell you that somebody had it. So apparently I'm not 6 feet away from somebody that had it. And I was like, this is great. I mean, 3 people at this point that means there's going to be an outbreak, And I don't care if they're all wearing it.
Yeah, 3 turns to 6, turns to 12, turns to 24, turns to 48, and from there.
Right, and the idea that they don't tell you who it was, because I guess it's privacy, is like, okay, but like we got to know if you were, like contact tracing doesn't work. You can't contact trace if you don't know who the fuck it is.
Right.
How the fuck are you supposed to contact trace? She's afraid to go to school.
16. She fucking knows what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
And she's afraid.
Well,
we can't take her out.
And it's hard because she hasn't been grown enough to know that you just have to grit your teeth and just go through with it, and that if somebody you know that dies from it, there's going to be no retribution. You know, I worry. I mean, I worry about my own lung health, and if I were to get it, and I'm going to send my kid to school, but I'm going to be cussing out Columbus Public Schools when I'm on that ventilator. Like, I'm going to learn sign language and just spend all day doing TikToks and live streams about how much I hate Columbus Public Schools if they put me on a fucking ventilator.
Yeah, I that's the thing about it, is like the only thing I hope is that like if I get it, it's a minor case. Is like that's all I can think about now, because it's like I'm doing everything right. I'm being good.
Yeah,
but I gotta send this fucking kid to this school. If I send her to this school, I can't control what happens at this fucking school.
Yeah.
I don't have any control over. I just saw our buddy Kenzo on Twitter talking about he's a teacher. And his wife has stage 4 breast cancer, right? And he was saying that, like, in Chicago, they're back. And he said, my wife is immunocompromised. She's about to go to chemo. I would like not to come back to the school. And they fucking are making him go back.
Yeah.
He said it's not a good enough reason.
Yeah.
And it's like, now you're just feeding people to COVID. It's basically like... You're just and
we're so desensitized. We crossed 400,000, and the only people talking about it are the same old folks, you know, the same old people on our network that are still like, this doesn't look good, this is bad. Everyone else is just rolling with it.
Yeah, the restaurants are. I had to go. I went and picked up food for my birthday. On my birthday, yes, I go pick up the food for my birthday. I got fancy pizza on my birthday. Both, actually. Brian Day and my birthday, my actual birthday, had fancy pizza. I went to 2 of the more fancy pizza places in town.
What was the other one? You Natalie's? And
I went to Natalie's and Forno.
Oh, I don't know Forno. I don't know if I've had that.
Well, it's so close to porno that it like you can't help but think Forno is porno. So I went to Forno and got pizza.
Fellatio porno.
Yeah, and my Gwen was like, I can't believe there are so many people in here. She just couldn't believe it, right? And I was like, I mean, nobody's telling them not to. Actually, exactly the fucking opposite.
Yeah.
People are telling them to go.
I get emails every single day. They're like, check out the new mixology program at this local bar.
Yeah.
You know, and they'll do an interview with the mixologist and like, come on down and try our cocktails. Everybody wears masks and we do Lysol on the bar.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want... why are we doing that? We have nothing else to do. I mean, I can't blame people because there is no leadership and there's no community. There's no camaraderie amongst anybody. We have to just live and die alone. Like we are totally on our own. For all the ANCAP people, besides that we have to pay taxes, we don't have any fucking government interruption of our lives.
No.
Not the kind I would like to get this fucking disease under wrap.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird, man, because it's like we know what the right thing to do is, and we know that there are a lot of other people who know what the right thing to do is.
Yeah.
And they're not doing it. They're just not doing it.
Yeah, it's tough
It's hard because I haven't been to a restaurant since March, and I miss it a lot. I love going to restaurants.
And I mean, you look at these reports of people that have COVID and now their fucking lungs and heart are all scarred up and shit. Like, yeah. I don't care if I die from it. I don't want it to run through me. I don't want it to pass through my system. I am not ready for that. I want to go through that speed test or whatever it's called from Bar Rescue.
Oh, the stress test?
Stress test.
Yeah.
I do not want a COVID stress test on my body.
Yeah.
I've had bad lungs ever since I was a kid because my parents were smokers, and I continued that tradition by inhaling so much fucking bongs in my life. And I just do not care to find out what it's like. I'm not concerned. I'm not worried about getting back to regular life. I can practice patience. I know what delayed gratification is, and I don't want to get out there again.
I think the hardest part of it right now is that it's winter.
Agreed.
like this sucks.
It's bad times. I was well. You know what I got to say though is here's one bright side. Remember 1 month ago when you were freaking out because every day you had to spend $60 on Christmas?
Yes.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
But I am happy right now because the bank account has cooled out. Because the whole month of December, it was like, oh, we got to get a charcuterie board for this. It's $75. We have to get a gift for the delivery guy at work that is nice to me and brings it to my desk instead of the front office. Like, there were so many extra things. But I also agree, for the first 10 days of January, I was completely and utterly destroyed and sad and didn't know what to do. Right now, I'm playing a lot of video games. I'm doing my exercises. But I am also trying to just grab onto anything to make me stay sane through this.
Yeah.
Because it's the winter months are awful. I'm listening to emo like crazy. And I feel bad because I'm watching TikTok. And there's all these people that make like videos. They're like, when you're an elder statesman emo. And they're playing songs from like 2008. And I'm like, well, what about like 1998? What about like Swing Kids or Get Up Kids or something? I feel alone. You're too young. You're not an elder statesman if you're 20. You're still in the scene, motherfucker. Get out there.
I think there was like possibility of like, I don't know, being able to go outside and stuff when this thing happened. And not really, for me, I didn't consider that maybe we'd be dealing with this in the winter, you know? And now that we are, it's just like, I'm sick of it. I'm bored of it.
But you know what? I'm looking forward to the future. I think it's good to know because you got to think about April of last year. People were putting their mail outside in bags for like a whole week. Like people were wearing gloves everywhere they went. It's not as intense. We know what's happening. So I am looking forward to March and April, even though it always snows in fucking April in Columbus. For those hot days, we will be able to go outside and do barbecue, picnic type stuff and be able to reconvene with our folks outside.
Yeah. It's just
so that's something to look for.
You know?
I'm going skiing next month.
Okay.
That's what I'm hanging on to. I used to, like, my old method of mental health was I would buy concert tickets like one a month so that I always had a concert to look forward to. We're gonna go skiing. We're gonna eat we're not gonna go into the lodge. We're gonna pack lunch and go into the van and just eat like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in the van and then go back on the hill.
Miserable. That's like when that kid's dad took me on a boat.
It's gonna be like $300 to do it or something. $200.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Yeah,
I'm excited though.
I couldn't even imagine it. It's too cold. Although I do spend my whole day outside still. I still take a walk every day.
Yeah.
I doubled my green ring today, which is a new thing. Like actually my exercise 280% of my daily.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's too much.
I've been sticking to workouts. The Beast Factory has helped. But when I went to therapy back in 2018, the winter was something that we actually talked about extensively. It's like, how do I make it through this? Because it's the hardest time. It's stupid, man. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then it all drops. Everything fucking drops off, and there's nothing to do at all.
We need to invent some new shit.
It's 30 degrees every single day. You can't. I wanted to go. I was excited. I wanted to go wash the car and like vacuum it out and do fucking Blair Iron Maiden and shit and just have fun with it. It's too cold to get my fucking car washed.
Yeah. I hate it. I hate cold. I hate all the dead trees. They make me miserable. Let's do this story before we get out of here. It's a couple weeks old. It's from CNBC's Make It blog, I believe. And it's about the guy that's invented the microchip to put in the vaccine. It's Bill Gates.
Oh, okay.
This is a leadership article.
And let's see, CNBC, establishing work-life balance may be all the rage among employers right now, but it wasn't a priority for Bill Gates during Microsoft's early years.
Oh, this is a scoop on the old days.
And this person
That's how you get as successful as Microsoft.
Yeah, establishing work-life balance may be all the rage with employers. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's not all the rage with employers. Go talk to somebody that works at Walmart about work-life balance. Is it all the rage with people who work 60 hours a week?
No, but on the LinkedIn and Mashable and on all of the other blogs, people talk about how Netflix had unlimited vacation days, or Zappos would let you take all your time off, even though that guy fucking killed himself.
Right, they'll write about it.
Yeah.
These blogs.
They act like it's a trend.
Yeah, they think it's a trend because they wrote about it.
And so this person is like, I've heard that everyone's talking about having more work-life balance. Baby, let's see how the old school did it.
I read on a LinkedIn that work-life balance is all the rage these days. In a 2016 interview with BBC Radio 4, Gates shared just how work-obsessed he used to be. I was quite fanatical about work, he said. I worked weekends. I didn't really believe in vacations. That's fine for Bill Gates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, if you got a purpose and you're the captain of the ship, I get it.
I also work weekends, and I don't really take vacations. But that's because, I like what I do, and it's easy, Bill Gates, of course. But you can't expect other employees to forego vacations so that because you don't want to take them.
No, the moment that you hire somebody, it's like they have other things going on besides this. I'm the only person that gives a shit about this fucking business.
Yeah, yes. Unsurprisingly, this work ethic transferred to employees. I had to be a little careful not to apply my standards on how hard they worked, he said. However, that didn't stop him from tracking which employees were working the longest hours. I knew everybody's license plate, so I could look out in the parking lot and see when did people come in and when they were leaving, Gates told the BBC.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. That's psycho behavior.
Why weren't you supposed to be doing work?
Yeah, when he's sitting there with fucking binoculars watching people pull in and out.
If I was ever paying attention to who was coming in and out of work, I would think to myself, maybe I could just do something else. How about I go get a nice breakfast instead?
Yeah. I mean, and what this means is that basically you have to catch the person when they're pulling in, watch them get out of their car, write down their license. The process of this is a lot. Microsoft isn't like a small business.
No.
It may have been smaller at that time, but it seems like a lot of work to keep track of people. Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen said as much in a 2011 first-person article for Vanity Fair. Microsoft was a high-stress environment because Bill drove others as hard as he drove himself, wrote Allen. He was growing into the taskmaster who would prowl the parking lot on the weekends to see who'd made it in.
Oh, no.
I think maybe he is putting a tracking device in our vaccines.
So he set the standards.
Yeah. Though Microsoft has become tremendously successful, with some analysts predicting a $1 trillion market cap by next year, most experts agree that micromanaging employees is an ineffective leadership strategy.
It is.
Working for a micromanager can be a suffocating experience, says career expert Amanda Augustine of Top Resume. You know what's interesting, too, is being a micromanager also just sounds like it fucking sucks, man.
Well, yeah, you're constantly worried that everyone else is fucking things up, and you have no release.
Yeah.
You don't trust your people. You hire people and you pay them tens of thousands of millions of dollars to take care of your stuff, and you still can't find any sort of peace from that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stupid.
Yeah. If you got $1 trillion business, just fuck it.
Let them do it.
You can afford to lose money.
Well, I don't think you should lose money if you're running a business.
Well, if I was running a business that made $1 billion, I'm going to tell you the level of service would go way down.
You know, because I'd be like, I can live on almost nothing.
Right,
Really.
right.
I can live on $1 million. Let's fucking bring. And Windows does suck. Maybe that's what they're doing. You know, Windows is really crappy. You know, with the updates and all that crap. Maybe that's what's going on. You know.
Yeah, but there's absolutely no way we're getting away from Windows.
Yeah, I know it sucks because it's just how you gonna afford a Mac? Because that's what I want. I want Apple. I'm an Apple. I have everything Apple, fully integrated. You know, and my computer's Windows. I can't get iMessage on my computer, and it makes me nuts.
All the Linux people are just going to be posting fucking penguins in the chat right now like crazy.
Linux is too hard to do.
I agree.
I looked up Linux. Like back in the day when I was like working at the cable company, I was like a techie. I was like a tech head. I was into tech. And I was like, I'll get Linux, man. I mean, that's what the smart people use.
You were just so broke you wouldn't pay for Windows is all it was.
That's also true.
Because that's what I found for me. I'm not tech either because I want to mod the Wii because I hear it's easy, but like everybody that tells me it's easy are also computer programmers.
Yeah.
Like I never got a pirated version of Adobe Photoshop running. I could never swap the DLL file or whatever it was. I can't follow those orders. It doesn't make sense to me.
These people,
they're like, it's simple, man. Why are you paying for fucking video games? You can just mod it so easy. You can't. Nobody can work with computers unless you fucking like that. Unless you like being constantly slapped down and told no.
I can't imagine being a person who didn't have a panic attack pulling a screwdriver out to my Wii. You know, like you got to take it apart. You got to do a little bit of soldering.
This one you don't have to take it off.
Oh, well,
you just put an SD card in.
Okay, that seems easy though.
But you have to send an email to yourself on the Wii software and then open it within the email program, and that side loads the whole fucking homebrew system.
That seems. What are you worried about?
It's never worked for me. I've tried it. I've tried it on every system I've ever owned in my life, and I've never been able to hack one of them. I usually just fucking get frustrated and stop.
Buy the games. You know,
I have enough money to buy the games now.
Yeah.
And we're talking about a Nintendo Wii. I went to the store today, and they had so many games for $4.99. I was just would rather buy them.
Yeah, it's crazy to buy and not just. I mean, there's a convenience factor to getting Wii games.
And also, as soon as you run torrents on your computer, it's fucking ruined. As soon as you download a torrent, your computer is fucked forever. I've never not ruined every computer I have from fucking torrents.
Yeah.
Until I stopped doing torrents. Once I stopped doing torrents, my computers work for a very long time.
Yeah, my computer's in pretty good shape. I've never done torrents on this computer. Yeah, BitTorrent. I mean, all the torrent stuff I did, my computer shit the bed very quickly. But
You're giving over
piracy.
I do.
I do miss
I want a soft mod. I'm going to try to get Jason to do it, I think. I'm just going to try to pay him to soft mod so that we can download games. I'm going to actually get somebody else to download the games for me because, once again, I'm not going to do torrents.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you know, there's some games I want that I would rather just download. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got Boom Blocks today, which is...
Boom Blocks?
It's like Jenga, but, like, on another level. You have the Wii remote, and you have to remove blocks. They explode. There's all kinds of mini games of stacking blocks and everything. It was one of my favorites. We used to play till like 5 a.m. all the time.
We just bowl still. That's the only game we play. We're old.
Yeah. My wife, she stops work and will play a round of tennis. That's like her screen. That's like her. Yeah, she loves the fucking Wii tennis.
Yeah, I like the bowling. I think bowling is great.
I looked for Mario Tennis today, but I couldn't find it.
Trying to master the bowling. You know, I'm really working hard at trying to master how to get a bowl of 300. Not doing well.
The bowling is fun.
Yeah, it's the best game. Additionally, a majority of employees say being a micromanager is the worst trait a boss can have, according to a recent comparably survey of over 2,000 employees at tech companies like Amazon, Apple, Google, Facebook, and Uber. Microsoft employees felt the same way at the time. People were already busting their tails, Allen wrote in the Vanity Fair piece, and it got under their skin when Bill hectored them into doing more. Alan shared an anecdote of a former Microsoft employee named Bob Greenberg who worked 81 hours in 4 days to finish a project. Toward the end of the work week, Gates asked Greenberg what he'd be working on the next day. Greenberg notified Gates that he planned on taking the following day off, to which Gates replied, "Why would you want to do that?" He genuinely
What?
Yeah.
That's fucking awful.
Yeah, Bill Gates seems like a piece of garbage. Not somebody we should be looking up to.
I never thought of him otherwise, but that is one of those moments where when somebody has spent 20 hours of their day working on making you money, you can give them let off the gas. You can give them a little bit of slack, right?
Yeah. Yeah, 81 hours in 4 days.
That's enough.
Yeah.
You did it.
He's
Come back Monday.
Bill Gates. That's the thing. You're the owner. You can work 81 hours in 4 days. That's fine.
And once again, also CEOs count exercise. They also count every fucking lunch meeting they have, every $100 lunch meeting they have. They do not work at all.
Yeah. Yeah, yoga is being on the clock.
Yeah.
I do it in the office, though,
Yeah, it makes me a better CEO. I have to do it. It's actually a requirement for my job.
And they can take the day off.
Yes.
If they would like to. Just, if they want to take a day off, they can take the day off. And that makes a huge difference in morale for a person. Like for me, it's like if I don't want to work, I don't have to fucking do it, and that's why I probably have the morale that I do. That's why I am able to do it all the time without taking days off. Is just that well, if I didn't want to, I don't really have to. I can call it off. I don't have to do the fucking show if I don't want to. If it's a Wednesday comes and I don't want to do it, technically I can be like, we're not doing a show this week.
Right.
And that I think makes me come back every week because it's like I want to do it, and if I did, but so Bill Gates has that privilege.
My wife also has the same working style, where she will do 3 12s in a row or something, or she'll get 40 hours in 3 days to get a project in under the wire. But she normally takes 3 to 4 days off after that, and it's never been a problem.
Yeah,
because you can't expect people to apply themselves that intensely and not need a fucking break from it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, Bill Gates is a piece of shit. We live in the new Biden America, which is
so much hope.
Yeah, feeling a lot of hope right now. Feeling really good. We got some mail, I guess, Brett.
We do.
And we're gonna get out of here.
Yeah, we got some mail today. If you want to send something to Street Fight Radio, we are P.O. Box 82306, Columbus, Ohio 43202. Just address that to Street Fight Media, LLC, P.O. Box 82306, Columbus, Ohio 43202. Number one, the first one we got here, Suzanne Yeagley from McSweeney's. That interviewed you about Chuck E. Cheese, right?
Yup.
Sent you the caramellos.
Yup. Ate them all.
My article isn't out yet. I did an interview about mystery shopping in December. She said it's going to come out this month sometime. I'm sure of course, we'll let everyone know when it does. She sent me, and I don't know, did I talk about this on the show? She sent me the Fozzie Bear McDonald's Christmas toy.
I didn't hear you talk about it. You've talked about how you like that movie.
This was the hottest shit. This is brand new in the package. Thank God it doesn't have anybody else's stank or cigarette stains on it. 1988. I was 4 years old when these came out. These are the most important Christmas thing to me. I had the whole set. So thank you, Sue, for that. You can follow her on Twitter. She's at I Love You Sue. ILOVE, the letter U, SUE. But that was amazing. I thought I ordered it myself. I talked about it, and I was on eBay in the middle of the night looking how much the whole set was and perusing all the listings.
How much is the whole set?
I mean, it's for 4 of them, you're going to spend about $100.
No.
Yeah, it's $20 to $30 a piece. I think there's 4 of them. It's Miss Piggy, Fozzie, and who else was in there? Kermit, and
Rolf?
Rolf was in there, I think.
Rolf? I loved Rolf. He was like the coolest one.
Rolf was definitely the best. Obviously, yeah, very strong. Yeah, there was only 3 of them, so yeah, I guess you can get it for $100.
Was Rolf one?
Rolf was not it. It was just Fozzie, Piggy, and Kermit.
I mean, Fozzie's probably more famous, but he's also kind of a dork, so, you know.
I like... Fozzie really, as a grown-up, really resonated with me because he just makes bad jokes.
Waka waka waka!
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next one here. Let's see what we got in the mail. This one says... All right, this is a handwritten. Hello, comrades. Ben Pirani here. I'm a musician / artist in NYC, but Midwest bred, though. My best homie is from Columbus. A member of the fucking Columbus dynasty at Carfagna's.
Oh,
I want to get in there. I'm a Carfagna's man. There's a shirt. Here's a shirt and some music. The show and all y'all's accents are great. Ben at Chief_Kashif.
Okay.
So Ben, we'll get your music on one of the call-in shows here. We got a shirt here though. It's pretty nice. Not my size. I think this is the Katie. This is gonna be Katie's shirt. It says "Free haircuts for billionaires" and it has a picture of a guillotine.
Very cool shirt.
Up next, this one is from Liam Q. And there is no note inside. It's just this. A $5. A $5
Patreon.
Yeah, a $5 bill. And it says 2 stickers that say paid.
Oh,
so
well,
I guess,
nice.
Yeah, Liam, I will send you a copy of one of the premium shows.
Nice.
Just get a hold of me. $5 you paid. We'll get you a Shocktober. This next one from one of our friends, Tanya Turner.
Oh.
Of Trillbillies fame.
Yeah.
Very cool card.
Oh, nice. Nice. That's a dog alligator.
It's from yeehawindustries.com. And it's full of stickers and a pin, which this one is awesome. It's the finger tats, but it says Hellfire on it.
Oh, damn. That is badass. Okay. If I wore pins, I'd wear that one.
It says, can't wait to have another drink with you boys in the new world. Thanks for the goodies and year-end blessings. Sending love to the whole gang. We got a whole bunch of pictures. Or we got a whole bunch of stickers. We got the Haint Tea tarot cards. This one says Friends of Hose. And Girls Rock in Whitesburg. And also the classic here, Hologram.
Yeah.
Itself.
And it is incredible. We love Tanya. And the Hellfire crew was about to get back together before this thing happened. And it's going to have to be one of the first things we do when this thing's over. You know?
I agree. I think we'll definitely put that on the books. It's going to be it's going to have to be an exclusive experience maybe. But, you know.
An exclusive experience.
I feel like we're only going to be able to get 50 people in a room whenever we go back on tour.
Oh, no, we're talking, you know, September, October, I think.
Sure.
You know?
This one came in an amazing envelope. Customized,
nice.
Full collage on the outside.
Wait a minute, turn that back around. I thought that was Jonathan Davis on it.
No.
J Devil.
This one is great, but apparently the post office wouldn't let them. They wrote, the USPS prefers blank envelopes.
Oh, how dare they?
I don't have a name on this, though. This is just an anonymous thing. And I don't even... You're going to have to take a look at this. I want you to tell them what it is.
I'm reaching.
There's no name. There's no identifiers. There's no note. It's a really fucking badass envelope, which I will hang up in the office over here. I have a memorial place behind the stage. What do you got there, Brian?
This would be really fucking good in my office, actually. It is a actual still from the movie Stone Cold with, Brian Bosworth rides with chains and his outlaw biker gang. And there was also one of just Brian Bosworth standing in front of his motorcycle from Stone Cold. They are promotional shots from the movie. That is very badass. That was one of my favorite movies growing up. I fucking loved that movie. I always thought Brian Bosworth looked like the coolest guy in the fucking world.
Another famous Brian.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can take those. Thank you to whoever sent them. If you reach out and let us know who you are, we'll give you thanks. And we appreciate all the mail. You can send it to P.O. Box 82306, Columbus, Ohio 43202. Once again, we are Street Fight Radio. You ready to
We're outta
stop this shit?
Yep. Stop the show.
That's the show. We will see you on Sunday night. We're doing a call-in show. I have on my to-do list, we're going to do an ABCD show. Or maybe... Yeah, I don't know. I have another idea too, but we're looking at ABCD. We're Street Fight. If you want more of what we do and you want to support the show, we need it. Head to patreon.com/Street Fight Radio and sign up for a monthly subscription. Even if you don't listen to the stuff, just send some money our way. It makes this thing move smoothly. You're sponsoring one hillbilly family with your donation to patreon.com. We are keeping the Quimby lineage employed and comfortable. So please consider that with your monthly donations and your tithes from church. We'll see you on Sunday. Peace.